Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and it's Deb C, and pleased to be, it's Deb C. Bloop, bloop, that's me. Boop, Deb C. Hey guys, and happy Thursday, and happy Halloween. I got this snazzy little headband from Amazon through Amazon Prime, 2-day shipping. So there we go. So happy Halloween. I hope everybody had a great day and is having a wonderful week. I taped two shows last night. I watched one. So I'm going to cover one of them now and then probably the other one tomorrow. The one I'm going to talk about tonight, you know by the title, it is The Golden Bachelorette. It is Fantasy Suites Week. This one, it's a little different. So let's get right down to it and let's talk about Joan's journey. So I wish I could be like Joan and take a flight and have me be the only person on the flight. I would love that. It didn't look like it was a PJ, like a private jet. It looked like it was just like a commercial plane, which is odd. I would thought that they would just put her on a private jet. So she gets to Tahiti. She takes a boat to another boat. She is on an empty cruise ship. I did not get the name of it, but it's a huge empty cruise ship. I thought that was kind of odd, but maybe there's a reason for it. Who knows? So Joan is on ship and she is thinking, I really wish I had family here or somebody. I miss my family, somebody to talk to. Well, she does end up having a friend because it's Nancy from The Golden Bachelor. And as it turns out, they have gotten to be very close friends. So here's the tea. What's the tea on all the guys? Because there's roses and sunshine, but they each have a big butt. And we'll get to those butts. So she says, Guy's amazing. He wants to travel. He is very handsome. He takes care of me. And it's a slow smolder. His butt. He may be farther along than she is. Okay. Next is Pascal. Pascal, he dreams big and he is very confident. He is very adventurous, but he is also the most guarded. And last but not least, it's Chalk. And Chalk, I thought this was an odd combination. Chalk makes her feel sexy. No, Chalk makes her feel safe and sexy. Safe and sexy aren't the two S's that would normally go together, but safe and sexy. And he did whisper the L word in her ear. But is he good? Is he too good to be true? Who knows? The only red flag that she says there is her heart. She's thinking like, hey, listen, if I loved John so much, then how can I move on? Like, how am I able to love another man if I love John so much? And Nancy, I'm going to tell you, Nancy was perfect this episode. She said, listen, feeling something for someone is just human nature. So you loved John, and if you're having feelings for one of these other men, that doesn't mean you didn't love John any less. It's just that it's in your human nature to feel love or to feel some type of feeling. And listen, I absolutely love this quote that she had. She had said that lonely isn't a place you stay, but somewhere you just walk through. I love that. I thought I'm going to tell you, I cried a little bit when I heard that. That was such a lovely and true sentiment. I love that. And here's my opinion. You know, every season for The Bachelorette, they'll bring on like a Bachelorette from past seasons and they'll give them like, you know, advice on how to get through this. I very thoroughly enjoyed them bringing a friend on. True, she was from The Golden Bachelor. However, I feel like she gave even better advice than like a former Bachelorette, because this is somebody that knows Joan and she gave her the perfect advice. Okay, so the first date was with Guy. Guy feels like he's fallen in love. He can see a future with her. He is gung-ho. And she says she can see a future with him, but she needs to see if she can catch up to him where he's at. So they go snorkeling, not like last time whenever they just sat on the boat. They went snorkeling. Listen, I'm going to tell you what. Son of a bitch. What the hell, Joan? Joan in the white bikini? Come on. And Guy? Listen, on my best day in my 20s, I didn't look like none of that. Like Joan. You get it, Joan. The only thing I'm going to say, I don't know. I felt like she was a little stiff with him. Like, it was kind of giving me, I don't want to say ice queen, not at all, but she was a little, I don't know, she was a little rigid with him. That's all I'm saying, just a little bit. So the night portion of their date comes. It seems like maybe Joan has caught up a little bit more. Their connection is a little stronger, and they're talking, they're connecting, and then the topic of fantasy suites comes up, and she says, and this is something that really hasn't been done before. I like it though. She said she's going to be foregoing the intimate part of the overnight, the fantasy suite, because she wants to get to know them on like a deeper emotional level. And she says that the first person she doesn't want to sleep with more than one person and be intimate with more than one person. Because she's never done that. And she wants the next person that she's with to be the person that she's going to be with for the rest of her life. Listen, I'm going to tell you, I respect Joan for that. I really do. She's saving the physical intimacy for the person that she ends up with. I think that makes perfect sense. I mean, you know, if you had never slept around before, then she doesn't want to do it now. I kudos to you, Joan. Good for you. So the next morning, everything's great with Guy. Guy feels fantastic. He says he's in love. He's either fallen in love or he's in love, but the L word entered the conversation. So while all this is going on, well, actually, while they were on their date, while they were like snorkeling, let me just tell you another thing. They went snorkeling and they didn't have nothing. And they didn't have nothing on their feet. And there was like a jellyfish. Hello, Steve Irwin. Has nobody heard of Steve Irwin? There was the jellyfish. There was that little shark. There was probably some kind of, I don't know, maybe there was algae somewhere. I don't like that. I don't like having things swimming around my feet. I wouldn't have been able to do it. Good on you. I wouldn't have been able to do that. No. You could have thrown me in all my clothes and boots and a coat and a hat. And I still wouldn't have done it. No, thank you. So while that snorkeling's going on, Chalk's talking to Jesse. And he's like, I am crazy about her. I'm in love with her. Thing that he's worried about, and the thing that keeps popping up in his head the whole time, is he knows there's two other guys. They're great guys. They're competition. And he's worried about her maybe bonding more with one of the other guys. And if it turns out, like, he would propose to her, but if it turns out that he's not the one at the end, he would be crushed. So that's going to keep running through his head the whole time. Okay, so the second date is with Chalk. Once again, he says ahead of it, he's fearful that Joan has bonded with the other men. But listen, she goes in, she hugs him, and I'm going to tell you, from that hug and from the way she was talking, he's going to be the last one standing. I'm telling you that right now. I didn't read anything from Reality Steve or none of that. I think he's the last one standing. So they take the ATV out for a ride, and she's like, he has one of these at home. So they tear it up. They go as fast as he wants to go, and she's laughing. She's having fun. She says she feels wanted and cherished. She feels safe. She can absolutely see a life with him. But she tells them she was worried because she didn't know like what was in his head. Like, was he feeling the same way? And listen, he said something like, I'm not going to say I'm confident, but I'm happy. I'm glad he didn't say confident. But then the night portion comes up. And she had a great day, but she's still wondering if he's just too good to be true. And once again, he's worried about these other men. You know, are they closer than I am to her? Like, does she have a better bond with them? And he does say that he guards his heart a little bit since he lost his wife and he lost Kathy, and Kathy passed. And then he tries to he tries to get a little bit in there and find out about information about the other guys without asking about the other guys. And she says that, what does she say? She says that, she basically says that her and Chalk had gotten to where they need to be. But I'm going to tell you, he says he's falling in love with her, and she's like visibly taken aback. She says, I know you would never hurt me. She's gonna pick him. She's definitely gonna pick him. But I'm gonna tell you, this, I don't know. In the morning, I'll just say this. In the morning, the producers are like talking to Chalk. He's like, so what did you guys do last night? He's like, well, I'm not talking. I'm not telling my secrets to anybody. Joan can talk about that, but I'm not going to tell anything. Are you trying to make us think that Joan slept with you and she didn't with the other men? I'm just going to say this right now. Chalk to me was too aggressive with her. Like, he wasn't aggressive, but he was a little too pushy. Like, to me, he either comes off as like a politician or a car salesman. He's one of those two. He's too pushy for me. I said it before. I liked Chalk when they went on that Disneyland date. But then after that, I started to if I'm picking someone, if I'm her and I'm picking someone, I'm probably picking Guy. I'm just saying. He's too pushy. So after this, I'm then wondering, listen, is just Joan? Is just Joan and Nancy on this ship? Because Nancy, I believe Nancy said she was staying there. And Nancy's like, where else do I gotta go? Hell yeah, let me stay on this ship. I would stay on that ship too. Listen, I wasn't paying for it. I'd go swimming and I'd drink some a little bit. You know they have to have people there making dinner. Hell yeah, I would take advantage of it. But is it just them? And are the guys are obviously staying on the ship as well, because they can't be shipping these guys in. So they're probably all in their own little area of the ship. That would be awesome. If nobody else was on there, that would be cool. Okay, so Jesse talks to Pascal. Pascal is like, I've always wanted to come to Tahiti. It was on my bucket list. Oh, that's so awesome that you could get a free trip to one of your bucket list vacations. Are you here for Joan, or are you here for a bucket list vacation? So he is talking to Jesse. He's like, I ended in the last year, he had ended a relationship and he was in love. I believe he said it ended in November. He was in love, and so that's holding him back a little bit. He says he needs to find someone who can take him away from his past. He had a very rough past. And take him away from being lonely. And maybe that could be Joni. So we'll see. Now listen, I'm gonna give my thought on this, on what happened afterwards. I think it's an unpopular opinion amongst people. From what I've seen online, I think I might be in the minority. Okay, so date number 3 with Pascal. So he's really going to try and bring his wall down. But I'm going to say, with these two, I don't know that I see a love. I see adventure. Like, I see two friends with benefits, maybe, flying off and having fun adventures. I don't know that I see a love between those two. So for the two that have the least romantical connection, of course, they have them do every year there's one date where you get to know the culture. I love those dates. I love seeing those dates because I love learning about different cultures. But this was, they did the Tahitian wedding ceremony and then the bonding ceremony afterwards. They're sitting there and they're eating, and Charles and Pascal is very he was funny and he was very friendly and he was charming and everything. But listen, I'm gonna tell you what. Just let me think that I'm eating turkey. Just let me think that I'm eating chicken. Okay? Don't introduce the word. Don't introduce the word, because for cock-a-doodle-doo, kept going cock-a-doodle-doo, and then they kept saying cock, and I was like, nope. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. Just tell me I'm eating chicken. Just tell me I'm eating chicken. I'm not going to eat this meat. And I'm not going to eat this meat. No. So, I wouldn't have. No, thank you. So next is the bonding ritual. Was it? The bonding ceremony. The bonding ceremony. They have to talk about what they want to release. He wants to release his walls, and listen, surprise, Joan brings up John's name yet again. She wants to release the fear of letting people in her life. I'm gonna tell you this much. I don't know that Joan is ready just yet. I'm just saying, I don't know. I hope everything turns out good for her, but that might be an unpopular opinion. I just think it might be too soon for her. So, as this is all going on, you can tell that Joan is going along with it, but you can kind of tell that Pascal is yikes, I don't know about this. I'm going to tell you, if Chalk sees this, Chalk would lose his damn mind. He would lose his mind, is what he would do. This was not the date for Pascal. His walls are back up. He needed something, and he even said it. He needed something that was fun and goofy and adventurous. They wasted this date on Pascal. This was not the date for him. So the night portion with Pascal, this is on their night portion of the date is on the ship. She's saying she's feeling good. She's like, I am feeling good. And I thought, this is not going to turn out well, because he already said he is not where he needs to be. So he sits her down and he's like, listen, I was in love last year and it ended. My daughter signed me up for the show. And he says he got scared because he's having a tough time of letting go. He can't, and I can't get to the place where you're at. And I care about you as a friend, but I don't have bark with you. And I know what real love feels like, and this isn't it. Now, and she is devastated. And she says she's okay, but you know she's not. And he says he's not okay. So he gets in this. I was like, are they going to make him stay on this boat, on this cruise ship? They don't. He gets in this little vessel, this little red vessel, and where he just stands by the door and watches the ship, and then she watches or whatever. This devastated her. She's now is like, how can anybody love me? I feel completely unlovable. My guard is going to go up. I'm going to tell you who wouldn't have done that. You know who wouldn't have done that? Jonathan. Jonathan wouldn't have done that. Here's the unpopular opinion, okay? Because everybody online was like, I respect him for telling her. I'm going to tell you. Good that he did it now rather than later. However, he could have done this before, because he wasn't, if he wasn't far along enough, you know, at the end of this date, who's to say that he was less far ahead on the last date. I'm just saying, in my mind, when he dumped her, I was like, wait, did he just do this to get a free trip to Tahiti? Because this was one of his bucket list places to go. I could be 100% wrong. But listen, he could have done this. He could have done this sooner. I said this last time with Devin. He could have done this sooner and then saved the heartbreak and the devastation. I know I'm in the minority, but this whole entire time that he was on there, from him, I got F-boy vibes, and I got maybe he's on there for like an ulterior, not for the right reasons, you know, like maybe to grow his business or something. I'm just saying. I know everybody loves Pascal. He started to grow on me a little bit, like a slight little bit. But after this, I was like, no, I don't think this is it. No. So that's it. So the men tell all is next week. Listen, apparently, allegedly, there is a coupling in the Golden Bachelorette universe, because Jordan and Leslie from the Golden Bachelor were seen together at a soccer game. They took a picture together. They looked chummy. They looked very lovely together. Good for them. Also, I had heard that Mark Anderson is dating a woman. I think it's an actress, and he's dating someone. So it looks like he might not be the Golden Bachelor. I'm saying, you know who I'm saying should be the Golden Bachelor? Jonathan. Do it. Jonathan, that's exactly who should be it. Okay. So listen, in the comments, let me know if you watched, and if you did, what you thought. I'm going to watch the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, maybe, or maybe I'll watch Halloween, like the original Halloween. That is my absolute favorite and only scary movie that I watch. I'm too much of a scaredy cat. So listen, if nobody told you yet today you were loved, seen, and heard, please make sure that you put love, kindness, compassion, acceptance, hope, and positivity out there in the world so it comes right back at you. Please take care of one another. Also, be aware of your surroundings. Be safe. Drink much water. Hydrate. Hydrate to your heart's content. And if you're someplace where there is a dangerous situation, be it weather-related or not, please be aware, be mindful, be safe, be smart. Please know that Dolly and I are sending our love, thought, prayers, and all the positive thinking and positive energy that you need. I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.